A pleasant day, everyone. Welcome to the 41st Commencement Exercises of Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, with the theme TUP for the World version 2.0. Well, this is indeed very special because this is our first time that we will be holding this significant event on a visual platform. Yes, amidst the pandemic that we are all facing right now, we are still here to reap and celebrate the years of hard work that our dear graduates have put into education. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the processional, starting off with the Office of the Registrar, Mr. Edsel F. Gaitan. Members of the faculty and staff of TUP Visayas. Starting off with the College of Engineering, headed by their program coordinator, Dr. Patrick John G. Delumpa. Next, we have our Electronics Engineering Department, headed by their department in charge, Engineer Alexander Diamante. Our Mechanical Engineering Department, headed by their department in charge, Engineer Sheila May Escobar. We have our Mechatronics Technology Department, headed by their department in charge, Engineer Daryl P. Amodia. Next, we have College of Engineering Technology, headed by their program coordinator, Engineer Mark Francis F. Shasso. Next, we have our Automotive Servicing and Management Engineering Technology, headed by their department in charge, Mr. Arnel P. Mondejar. For our Chemical Engineering Technology, we have our department in charge, Ms. Fritzi B. Asuncion. And for our Electrical Engineering Technology, we have our department in charge, Ms. Aislinn Daniel Aguilar. Electronics Engineering Technology, headed by their department in charge, Engineer Alain B. Laho. Manufacturing Engineering Technology, Engineer Elazar F. Tanchado. For our heating, ventilating, air conditioning, and refrigeration engineering technology, we have our department in charge, Engineer Morel T. Fronda. For our electromechanical engineering technology, we have their department in charge, Engineer Sandy R. Hotea. For our computer engineering technology, the department in charge, headed by Engineer Rex Romero. For our Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, we have their department in charge, Miss Charity Fabon. And from the Basic Arts and Sciences Department, headed by their department in charge, Mrs. Lorlen P. Pagdato. Of the Faculty of TUPV Sagay, headed by their coordinator, Ms. Joanne A. Castellano. And our Assistant Director for Academic Affairs, Engineer Joshua D. Berha. Assistant Director for Research and Extension, Engineer Nelson V. Franco. Assistant Director for Administration and Finance, Ms. Celeste Grace De Lumpa. And our Campus Director, Professor Eric A. Maluoy. And our TUP President, Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, together with our commencement speaker, Engineer Conrado B. Artagame Jr. And we also have our distinguished guests, Dr. Maria Leonor F. Varidor, Vice President for Planning and Development, Mrs. Inesitas L. Palermo, immediate past National President of Metalworking Industries Association of the Philippines, and Mr. Noel Tan, President of the TUP Alumni Association. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the entrance of callers. Let us all give way for the doxology, which will be followed by the singing of the national anthem.
O labing makagagahom nga amay namon sa langit, mahinuklugon nga laon nga tagtugas ang langit, hangin, kalayo, tubig kag duta. Tanda ining imong timawa, kabay ining pag-ampo, magadulot sa amon sang kabuhi nga himaya. Salamat sa mga bugay nga imo ginpaambit sa amon. Salamat sa kabuhi nga ginadulot mo sa amon nga himpit. Salamat sa maayo nga panahon kag ilabi na gid sang imo katutom sa amon. Bendisyone ang imo katawhan. Bendisyone ang ila mga palangabuhian. Bendisyone ang mga panggas sa amon mga talamnan. Bendisyone ang ila nga paglugayawan sa iban nga kapungsuran. Kabay makalabot sila nga walay sablag sa ila pagapadulungan. Kag ila binagid, bendisyone ining isla sang Negros nga amon natawhan. Kinahalad namon ang ining pag-ampo para sa imo kadayawan.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso sa dibdib mo'y umay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiliw, sa manlulupi, kita masisingil, sa lalat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo bahay. Ay nilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang pinamahal. Ang isang ng watawat mo'y nagumpay na nakikinig. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan magpapay pagkikinig. Lupa ng araw na maraming pagsita, ay langit sa likod. Aming ligaya dapat may mamagin, at namatay lang tayo sa'yo.
Aristotle once said that the roots of education are bitter, but the fruits are sweet. That is why today we are reaping the sweet fruits of your success. Of course, there are also people who are instrumental of your success that we should be thankful for. These people have put you up and supported you throughout this time. Yes, I am sure they're all excited to witness the moment when you will be presented as the candidates for graduation. To present the graduates of Master of Technology and Master of Management, we have on screen Engineer Joel B. Sumugat.
The graduate under the graduate program for the Master of Technology, 3D Byron and Lumawag. For the Master in Management, the Sale Rose C. Biligolo, Rene V. Bolo, Babette A. Laor, Idina Karen C. Gabriana, Mary Julie Lu V. Gonzalez, Genevieve B. Kibala, Mary Roseville S. Ledesma, Anthony A. Ortega, Rochelle E. Pabalinas, Josephine A. Villanueva, Maricris C. Visitacion.
At this juncture, may we have on screen Engineer Joshua D. Berha to present the candidates for graduation.
Mr. President, upon the approval of the Academic Council members, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for graduation for school year 2019-2020 as follows. For the degree program, 194 candidates for graduation from the Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering. 307 candidates for graduation from the Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. 102 candidates for graduation from the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology under the day program. 3 candidates for graduation from the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology under the Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program or ETIAP. For the non-degree program, 2 candidates for the first 3 years of the prescribed course of the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology curriculum, Automotive Engineering Technology. 2 candidates for the first 3 years of the prescribed course of the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology curriculum, Electrical Engineering Technology. 1 candidate for the first 3 years of the prescribed course of the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology curriculum, Mechanical Engineering Technology. 1 candidate for the first 3 years of the prescribed course of the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology curriculum, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineering Technology. 7 candidates for the first 3 years of the prescribed course of the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology curriculum, Automotive Engineering Technology, TUPV at Sagay City. 7 candidates for the first 3 years of the prescribed course of the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology curriculum, Electronics Engineering Technology, TUPV at Sagay City. I, the Assistant Director for Academic Affairs, therefore certify that these 625 candidates for graduation have satisfactorily completed all the requirements prescribed by the University and the Commission on Higher Education. Awaiting for your confirmation, sir.
To confirm our dear graduates, we would invite on screen our very dynamic and supportive President, Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres.
By virtue of the powers vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Technological University of the Philippines, I hereby declare you graduates in your respective degrees with all the duties, responsibilities, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Today's affair is being graced by a special man who will in a minute deliver his words of wisdom to our beloved graduates and our dear parents. To get to know more of him, we have on screen our very own campus director, Professor Eric A. Malooy, to do the honors in introducing our guest speaker.
An alumnus is, and always a pride of his school. What he has become is not only his own, but as he shares his achievement with others, his successes are marks of this person, family, and his alma mater. Our commencement speaker has not only become an engineer to contend with, but has carved an outstanding niche for himself in the bigger world of work and industry. Conrado V. Artagami Jr. graduated his Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from the Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas in 1998. He immediately started his career in 1998 as a process engineer at Hitachi Computer Product Asia Corporation, now SGST Philippines Corporation. From there, he worked in the fast-paced and cutting-edge nanotechnology industry, specifically in the digital data storage manufacturing for 12 years. This very promising professional career earned him his promotion when he was designated as unit manager handling process engineering in 2005. In 2006, he rose to the rank of manager handling test equipment engineering manager. In 2008, he was assigned as industrial engineering manager, and in 2010, his interest in human resource capital started when he was promoted as senior manager for human resources for HR operation. Knowing that further education would help him to be more prepared and equipped for his job, Conrad worked and obtained his diploma on strategic human resources and development from Ateneo de Manila University in 2012. He was then assigned the role of Regional Talent Management and Organization Development Lead for factories in the Philippines, Thailand, and Singapore. He promotes innovative employee development strategies and fosters continuous learning and career growth. Currently, he leads a global team aimed at driving high-impact SR programs and establishing the site talents pipeline to build and sustain a smart factory. A certified advanced lean facilitator and ISO internal quality auditor, Conrad also holds a green belt in Six Sigma. Uncertified lean facilitator, he completed several lean projects and invention, which earned him various awards, such as Outstanding Director's Merit, Gold category, and the annual President Awards, to name a few. In 2011, this TUPV Visayas alumnus received his President Managers of the Year award in recognition of his significant transformation in human resources department. Now, after more than 2 decades, our alumnus and commencement speaker returns to the portals of his alma mater, humble of his achievement, and willing to share his success story to his fellow TUPVians as one of the many successful alumni that TUPV Visayas is proud of. Guests, parents, graduates, and members of TUPV Visayas community, please give a warm of applause to our 41st commencement speaker, Engineer Conrado B. Artagami Jr.
Good day, everyone. This is indeed a very happy and momentous moment for you graduates, the parents, and the university. Congratulations! You have earned the rewards for your hard work, determination, and commitment. This pandemic situation did not prevent you and the university enabling you to complete your education. This is indeed a commendable achievement in this unprecedented time that makes this graduation very special. 7 years ago, I shared my story in this same exercise, how learning digital storage technology outlined my own journey, how failures, lessons, and obstacles led me to discover my utmost capabilities. I thought I'd always work in engineering. I never saw myself working in human resource. In my journey, I realized that as you get more experience, your interests and skills evolve. So I took every opportunity to try something new. Fast forward to today, your time in this zettabyte age is way different than ours back in the days. Now you have Apple, Samsung, Google, Amazon, big and fast data, smart factory, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, and the list goes on and on. Out there, the world of work had shifted tremendously to ensure businesses are well positioned out of the pandemic. It brought long-lasting impact to the future of work. As this event closes a chapter of your life and opens a new chapter, you will now enter a totally different environment with unlimited possibilities. On this journey, you will face a volatile, uncertain, chaotic, and ambiguous business situations. You will have an opportunity to create new beginnings. Be optimistic about the future. You have been prepared and honed to face whatever challenges thrown your way. And by being here and receiving the degree, prove that. You are now ready to embark on this journey and is prepared to conquer and succeed in your interests. With the right mindset, positive intent, energy, and hope, I encourage you to make contribution to the society. Be creative, speak up, showcase your skills, and be resourceful. With all things said, allow me to express my sincere appreciation to Sir Eric A. Maloy, our admired campus director, university officials, members of the faculty, students, and parents. To our dear graduates, congratulations, good luck, and Godspeed. Thank you, and I wish you all a good life.
Thank you, Engineer Conrado Artagame, for being a catalyst in inspiring our dear graduates. Your words will surely guide our graduates as they embark a new chapter of their lives. As a symbol of our gratitude, we sincerely award you this plaque of appreciation, which reads, Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This certificate of recognition is awarded to Engineer Conrado B. Artagame Jr. in grateful acknowledgement of his distinguished and invaluable service rendered as the guest speaker during the 41st Commencement exercises of Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, thereby contributing immeasurably to the prestige and success of the occasion. Given the 16th day of October in the year of the Lord 2020. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maloy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, our deserving graduates will now be awarded with medals of honors. To present our graduates with honors, may we have on screen the university's Registrar 3, Mr. Edsel F. Gaitan.
I am honored to present the graduates with academic honors for school year 2019-2020. The honored graduates have no grades of less than 6.0 and obtained a general average ranging from 7.5 to 8.4. The honored graduates are Libuon Matthew R., Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering, with a general average of 8.3, cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to Matthew R. Libuon in recognition of his exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the City of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maloy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President.
The Assis Seth Jasper D., Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering, with a general average of 8.0, cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to Seth Jasper D. Assis in recognition of his exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President.
Dueñas Roven B. Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering with a general average of 8.0 cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to Roven B. Dueñas in recognition of his exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President.
Ortega Nyrel Gel C. Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering with a general average of 8.0 cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to Nylre Gel C. Ortega in recognition of her exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President.
Ape John Dominic. Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering with an general average of 7.8 cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to John Dominic Ape in recognition of his exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President.
Monte Alegre Gideon M. Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering with a general average of 7.8 cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to Gideon Lorenzo M. Monte Alegre in recognition of his exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President.
Monares Jacob R. Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering with a general average of 7.7 cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to Jacob R. Monares in recognition of his exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President.
Andales Willen C. Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering with a general average of 7.7 cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to Willen C. Andales in recognition of her exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the City of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maloy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President.
Dumalaog Margaret Rose F., Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, with a general average of 7.6, cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to Margaret Rose F. Dumalao in recognition of her exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the City of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maloy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President.
Baling Messi Joy B., Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering, with a general average of 7.5, cum laude.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This achievement award is presented to Messi Joy B. Baling in recognition of her exemplary performance for having graduated as cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the City of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maloy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. At this juncture, we are going to award the parents and guardians who were instrumental in the academic success of our honor graduates. Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Maria Cristina R. Libuon and Ernesto N. Libuon Jr. for serving as a role model to their children in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of their son, Matthew Libuon, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the City of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maloy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Maria Teresa de Mafiles Jackson for serving as a role model in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of Seth Jasper de Assis, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the City of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maloy, Campus Director, and Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Rosana B. Dueñas and Severino D. Dueñas for serving as a role model to their children in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of their son, Roven Dueñas, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020, given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Erlane C. Ortega and Joel P. Ortega for serving as a role model to their children in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of their daughter, Nile Rigel Ortega, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020. Given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Milagros Ape for serving as a role model to her children in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of her son, John Dominic Ape, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, school year 2019-2020. Given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Concepcion M. Monte Alegre and Gideon S. Monte Alegre for serving role model to their children in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of their son, Gideon Monte Alegre, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, school year 2019-2020. Given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Elizabeth R. Munares and Ramil R. Munares for serving as a role model to their children in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of their son, Jacob Munares, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, school year 2019-2020. Given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Jacqueline C. Andales and Wilfredo A. Andales for serving as a role model to their children in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of their daughter, Willen Andales, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020. Given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Professor Eric A. Maluoy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Margie F. Dumalaog and Edward C. Dumalaog for serving as a role model to their children in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of their daughter, Margaret Dumalaog, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, school year 2019-2020. Given the 16th day of October 2020 at the city of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed,
Professor Eric A. Maloy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Flores, TUP President.
Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, City of Talisay, Negros Occidental. This plaque of recognition is presented to Mr. and Mrs. Baling for serving as a role model to their children in the enforcement of the goals of education as manifested by the outstanding academic performance of their daughter, Messi Joy Baling, who graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering, school year 2019-2020. Given this 16th day of October 2020 at the City of Talisay, Negros Occidental, Philippines, signed Professor Eric A. Maloy, Campus Director, and Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres, TUP President. Here now is the most awaited part of our dear graduates, the distribution of diplomas.
Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering. Colin J. Aboy.
Feterim U. Adolfo Jr.
Ardens S. Agbas.
Elisha May D. Agsam.
Brody May S. Agtoto. Diego L. Alba Jr. Jonalisa L. Almaez. Renz Jan D. Almanzor. Cristel May B. Alsosa. Christy Marie C. Amar. Jancy May N. Ambay. Micaela Luis A. Ambrad. Willin C. Andales. Windel H. Antoque. Irene Joy B. Aresgado. Christine U. Bacolod. Jan Renz S. Balauro. Messi Joy B. Baling. Ed Sebastian G. Banyares. Jade S. Barelio. Katrina L. Barilea. Genevieve Q. Bayog. Katrina B. Bibera. Jean J. C. Bilarmino. Kimberly H. Belbes. Patrick Jan P. Bilonio. Gary P. Bermejo. Almar C. Bitter. Joshua Dominic A. Blanco. J. R. A. Blanza. Lorely N. Cabrilos. Jonami G. Calderon. Jermin L. Canlas.
Kurt Morley S. Castillo.
Melvin Pete Castro. Kenneth M. Casuela. April Jean B. Catador. Max Florence C. Catalan. Maricar S. Conde. Claude Alan D. Curugda. Denise Marie C. Huachon. Josie Ann L. Daniel. Daryl C. Danoy. Sid Jasper D. Diasis. Daniel Brian C. Diasis. Spencer R. De La Torre. Jamil G. De Los Reyes. Earl A. Divulgado. Ray Mark D. Defensor. Hannah Joy C. De La Torre. John Patrick A. Di Mapana. Jerlyn G. Dinoyo. Marla Beth C. Jocades. Heaven Paul L. Di Roca. J. Vincent A. Diamante.
Rainiel A. Diamante.
Mary Carr L. Dinanoy. Jonah G. Di Vinegracia. Reynaldo T. Domingo Jr. Danica J. Dumundon. Edilor Joy D. Dunguines. Joe Vergil C. Dormitorio Jr. Roven B. Dueñas. Edward James C. Dulay. James L. Dumancas. Stephanie Nicole V. Duran. Ray Jan F. Dusaran, Gladys A. Ebidientes, Lovely A. Ilisan, John Beatrix B. Iscarda, Norman O. Esmeralda Jr., Sher Roxette G. Espinosa, Sofia Lynn U. Espinosa, Chris Nino S. Espinosa, Eliezer L. Espliqui III, Judy Ann L. Fernandez, Zaraline Isa S. Fernandez, Meryl C. Fronda, Blessy P. Gale, Andrea Pauline N. Garcia, Herak Lee B. Helvoleo, Frances Nephi M. Hironga, Francisco T. Rivero, Gideon John M. Gicos, Rachel B. Gonzaga, Jas Rainjan A. Guillema, Christine P. Golmatico, Jupi Juper E. Hichanova, Dominic R. Albona, Kit Jasper G. Hapitana, J. Micah B. Hardin, Johan Marie G. Avilosa, Jubel C. Polito,
Denmar Jan C. Wanse, Shani P. Hunas,
Mac Francis Rogi P. Lautriso, Matthew R. Liboon, Kent M. Liprado, J. L. Mabacquiao, Ervin V. Macariola, Ayan E. Maestricampo, Ciris Angeline C. Malonzo, Nicole A. Malunes, Bonji Bell R. Manalo, Noel G. Manikang Jr., Ayan Paul P. Mapa, Alpha Grace V. Martinez, Hercel Angelo S. Marzo, Paul Mark O. Mata, Shaira M. Mendoza, Jasmine J. Mendoza, Janine J. Mendoza, Joel B. Miagan, Rafael Alfonso K. Molina, Ayan Jan J. Montalvo, J. F. N. Mudanza, Candy Susain M. Mula,
Jea May S. Nartates,
Neko Jun A. Naval, Jebrin S. Norio, Calvin P. Nobleza, Nicolas J. Nonifara III, Kit Walter T. Obidas, Ayla Grace B. Octiva, April May A. Oriel, Laika L. Original,
Nairl Jel C. Ortega,
Joyce D. Ortega, George C. Ortilio, Mel Alex J. Osorio, Juriel Clyde G. Oico,
Gerche Kit S. Pabilio,
Pia M. Pacheco, Christine Lorraine P. Padasay, Mary Chloe J. Padillos,
Harold O. Paradero,
Fatima Joy M. Pirales, Arnold Paul Vincent G. Parcon, Ann Jansen M. Pasaporte,
Milka Cheyin R. P.,
Jean Susain F. Pedrosa, Kayla Denise Peldonia, Bethel E. Peralta, Jessel L. Pescaciosa, Mercedes E. Pitogo, Rimjan Dave N. Pitong, Harlin B. Polidario, Eda S. Kives, Raylan M. Raimundo, Elmer Dave Rimetre,
Tiffany T. Ritio,
Alexander N. Reyes, John Michael P. Robles, Abby D. Rojo,
Hans Christian Rolio,
Jasmine Marie J. Salaya, Justin Mark J. Salvosa, Jeb San Francisco, Junilo C. Sancho, Ria Ann C. Santos, Arnie D. Sardenio, Joanne T. Santillaman, Joshua B. Sigurigan, Emmy Marie A. Sisante, Vincent S. Civilian, Christopher P. Silva, Novelin B. Sinogbuhan, Kerjan A. Sobirano, Kenneth A. Solomon, Jess Jane Crisha Sorenio, Maria Katrina Abigail V. Santa Ana, John Paul M. Suela, Winifredo T. Talite Jr., Aljun A. Tamagos, Joe Cesar B. Tandog, Ephraim V. Tanghal Jr., Escaril A. Tapiador, Charles Christian B. Taran, Patrick Jan G. Templa, Thea C. Tininahan, Jason Paul S. Tulimaw, Ernel F. Tortogo, Genevieve E. Treyes, Thea A. Tuason, Kirk Stacy Dale R. Tupas, Krisha Cari L. Coreta, Adrian Roy F. Valdivieso, Risa Lane C. Villarde, Kurt G. Villaruel, Ray Jason J. Villavicencio, Allen J. C. Vio, John Ray A. Vistar, Ralph Rainier T. U, Victor Michael B. Yulatic, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering,
Glenn Stephen C. Abanyo,
Rapunzel Joyce C. Abasquez, Herbert V. Abindan, Kevin G. Abing, Iniego A. Abog III, Alexandre Lance L. Agabon, Ryan D. Alaban, Christian Joyd A. Alabia,
Renzel Kyle O. Alayon,
Elaine Grace E. Alcala, McJoin B. Alcantara, Carl Stephen G. Alegre, John Ray D. Aliday, Melody B. Alingco, Orvin Kit A. Almueda, Chena G. Alonsagay, Nikki Joy D. Alparito, John Ray O. Alquiza, Nesel T. Alvarez, Cyril M. Albior, Kit Eljan C. Andales, Adrian D. Antones, John Dominic Ape, Dave Christian B. Apinan, Ruel M. Arceo Jr., Abraham C. Armones, Leah Joy M. Arazola,
Chris Wilson V. Arroyo,
Joseph Lemuel P. Astudillo,
Albani A. Ojero,
Michael Angelo A. Aurino, Melbert M. Aventura, Melirose R. Azucena,
Dieter C. Bacolod,
Pia Monica A. Bacroya, John Brian T. Balboa, John Lawrence R. Balderas, Jorele May G. Bandiola, Romy Ann A. Bansagan, Geraldine Marla T. Barbosa, Libert Dale T. Barogo, Mary Claudette E. Bailon, Fernandel L. Belin, Stephen Martin Cale M. Biasca, Nicole Bitge, John Dale V. Bordan, Luis Shane C. Bosales,
Rodney T. Botero,
Melanie R. Botis, Jefferson A. Bravo, Jeffer E. Briones, Aina Marie A. Brito, Justin Marie S. Buenaflor, Jaisel B. Buenaflor,
Armelo M. Caban Jr.,
Arvin Ray O. Cain, Chelsea Chloe B. Caldino, Diane R. Cañeso, Jerlyn S. Cañeso, Lay Prisan M. Caparino, Marvy V. Capunan, Kent Anthony T. Capunong, Gibbs V. Cardinias, Prayer Joy P. Cario, Rene Ben J. Carnahe, Angeli M. Carpin, Elton Jan N. Cartel, Tricia Joy D. Castro, Rick Allen B. Kasuga, Katleya C. Kayutidhan, John Roy S. Celis, Sir John C. Celes, Mervic F. Chavez,
Ayan Kenneth N. Chin, Arsena Ruth O. Corceles,
Franz David L. Cortez, Ryan Mark J. Cubilian,
Albert C. Datulaita,
Jonah L. De La Cruz, Peter J. A. De La Cruz, Jake R. De La Serna, Christine Marie P. Ichimo, Michelle R. Dieta,
Richard C. De Horas Jr.,
Kesia D. De La Cruz, Darlene Ann C. De Larmente, Bea Delfin,
Stera L. Di Mapanag,
Sit Adrian G. Dimihilio, Noy B. Desoy, Ray Mark C. Diaz, Ace Alter I. Dilag, Rint Erwin M. Divinagracia, Vince E. Doholes, John Derek D. Doromal, Leia Jerilyn D. Dukay, Rogen May G. Dulano, Margaret Rose F. Dumalao, Menchi Joy B. Dumulong, Gerald G. Dimosco, Claire L. Iamegel, Christian Paul M. Egka, Derlin C. Empeg, JP T. Eran, Charles Lawrence S. Escalona, Darlene Joy S. Esona, Ignacio P. Española Jr., Vanessa S. Espinosa, Roren D. Espuerta, AJ Marie L. Estacio, Jasper Paul M. Estares, Jason P. Estimo, Katrina I. Estopa, Cesar P. Estrologo Jr.,
Sean Michael S. Fajardo,
Max Simran S. Famoso,
Kirsten I. Felicissimo,
Jason P. Ferrer, John Benedict Y. Ferrer, Jade L. Franco, John Paul M. Fuentes, Hanivel M. Galio, Judy Ann F. Galvan, Denzel S. Gamao, Judy Ann B. Gargarino, Joyce C. Gayakan,
Michael Sean M. Generales,
Jamel B. Tinobata, Carl Justin L. Gonzaga, Jeric M. Gonzaga, Paulo C. Gupio, Tem Joy B. Grigori, Jerry E. Guancia Jr.,
Maria Zarina C. Gimbal, Ryan Anthony T. Herbo,
Mary Angelique D. Ibaler, Patrick Dave D. Hualde, Clarice A. Hujeres, Lou Rose P. Ibarra, Mar Christian P. Infante, Karen Joy M. Intud, Janelle S. Isidro, Leia F. Falandoni,
Mike Andrew G. Hardinico,
Mark Christian C. Harjulin, Jennifer P. Haro, Jade G. Haviliana, Carl Joshua F. Jaime, John Lawrence V. Hereza, Christian V. Jimenez, Alden P. Popanda, Cyril D. Over, Jintol R. K., Orville Dane M. Cole,
Jolen M. Lacuarta,
Lorilyn L. Lajona, John Ivan J. Lambuson, Neil Jan C. Layage, Lovelyn May C. Lazarte, Juvelin M. Lidesma,
Crizel Don S. Lidesma,
Julian Rai G. Lee, Roland Christopher C. Limsiaco, Romulo T. Linco Jr., Shaira Ann G. Lubaton, Jasper L. Lopez,
Ariel P. Lopez,
Jeramil Remo Jan G. Luvino, Alfred Jan P. Lumabang, Kimbert B. Lumawod, Gaynet S. Luyahan, Marky Coley Macias, Patrick Vico A. Magallanes,
Cesar S. Magallanes Jr.,
Rhea Lynn P. Magbanwa, Mary Grace A. Magbanwa, Jones V. Maglasang, Edward Jan G. Malakapay, Evandre Jan T. Malala, Realin T. Manalo, Res Jan Dave A. Manankil,
Janine G. Marba,
Pretz Martagon, Mark Clint R. Martos, Gerald D. Midel, Raymark V. Medina, Lloyd Richilu H. Mendoza,
Avim Dave S. Minyes,
May Lorraine T. Mercado, Jatnel Ray G. Mercurio, Jupiter L. Misahon Jr., Dieter L. Minglanilla,
Riniel N. Modoc,
Jacob R. Monares,
Jerwin P. Monserrate,
Gideon Lorenzo M. Montealegre,
Charmaine Joy L. Montibon,
Joven M. Montero, Jidel Faith R. Monton, Rodel B. Montuya, Kento G. Nakahima, Carlin G. Nario, J. P. Nofable, Nimuel W. Obas, Mark Anthony V. Obo, Nep A. Osera, Angelica S. Oliver, Caril C. Olvido,
Kenny P. Pabilyaran,
Tessa Amparo C. Pacheco, Runil Jamin B. Pasis, Roberto B. Pagayon Jr., Ronel J. Pagunsan, John Mark E. Palandangan, Rad Joseph D. Palma, Jean Mark D. Palomar, Peter G. Panaligan, Edmark M. Panaligan, Mark Dennis G. Panaligan, Michael Jan C. Parcon, Neil Jan C. Pasco,
Anjory B. Pasilan,
Raymond D. Paskin, Antonio M. Patiga Jr., Jade G. Payas, Romulo V. Piacita II, Nico G. Pilares, Althea U. Penado,
Jovil Jan C. Piniranda,
Vince Miguel S. Pesons, John Paul E. Vela, Christian Kim C. Pitogo, Janry C. Plaga,
Elena Joy B. Ponce,
Jared Chris V. Poneles, Julien N. Porque, Buren T. Prieto, Eugene S. Udadera, YouTuber D. Kilas, Raymart T. Rada, Angelo O. Requiron, Syra Joy A. Retiro,
Mark Anthony B. Rico,
Mark Victor C. Rivera, Divine Grace A. Robiso, Janine Rose S. Roca, Don Christopher C. Rodriguez, Larry Q. Roma, Demi Rose C. Rosal, Giselle T. Sakudit,
Golda Meir C. Sagario,
Rislan D. Sagre, Donabel V. Salinio, Joshua B. Saledo,
Briggs Ayan Cesar L. Salmo,
Daveson D. Saluma, Michael P. Salvador, Angela G. Samulde, Jean-Marie B. Sancho, Pearl Joy V. Santillan, Jax Jan B. Sanz, Leia D. Serenas, Jomar Z. Servano, Cleo S. Sevilla, Kerwin Adrian S. Sikuan,
Christopher Brian P. Sieras, Jumel B. Silva,
Rayma Joy S. Sipat, Romulo A. Soberano Jr., Kyra Sherry Amor D. Sobrevilla, Gretchen T. Soldivilla, Jane Andre V. Soratorio, Earl Gerald D. Soto, Christine Faith S. Tahan,
Jose Maria Carlo L. Talde,
Jose Maria Paulo L. Talde, Haislin Marie S. Taniedo, Jefferson M. Tanoja, Jenica A. Tyros, Kisha S. Tenila,
Ryan S. Tinila,
AJ J. Ternal, Mark Andrew I. Tiples, Michelle M. Tompong,
Desiree Joy T. Torres, Giancarlo B. Torres, Vicenta Faye R. Trasmonte,
Regine R. Trico, Michael Joseph G. Trofeo, Angelico R. Tobio, Maria Teresa E. Tumaob, Daniel Boy V. Tuvilla,
Darl Marben A. Valdez,
John Lawrence D. Vallejera,
Christian Janelle L. Valles,
Delphanie L. Velasco, Denmark A. Villa, C. Andrew Anthonel O. Villacanas, Jude P. Villacarlos, Geno P. Villacruz, Ken Earl B. Villanueva, Gladys D. Villanueva, Marlo L. Villarias, PG A. Villarosa,
Ed Mark M. Villaruz, Delmar D. Yap,
Rinchi D. Zaragoza. Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology, Christian V. Ababon, John Ray T. Akma, Kimberly P. Alba, Edsel B. Alegre, Jesse M. Amar, Angela Joyce T. Aquino, Christine Joy E. Arellano, Trina Joy M. Ayana, Mary Ann E. Bailon,
Raymond D. Beira,
Marvin L. Biredo, Kenneth John A. Bernabe, Kurt Benedict T. Bernadas, Marvin S. Bitita, Jezreel M. Bibanco, Gerald V. Bican, Paul Stephen C. Braza, Vip L. Buenamente, Maria D. L. Buenamente, Christian Theo D. Butas, Clyde Michael J. Cabrilos, July D. Cahenta, Jean Andrews Calero, Venus G. Castañeda, Gracel May R. Celis, Joshua B. Sereno, Mark Anthony B. Clavicilias, Elvis D. Cosino, Arlene May B. Cubil, Hannah A. Disinan, Paulo B. De la Cruz, John Paul C. Divinagracia, Edmar F. Dotado, Ayan Armel S. Estares, Bon Jovi G. Fernandez, Mitch Moore C. Fronda, Venus V. Gargar, Ralph A. Gavito, Angeli A. Gayares, Arvin Joseph H. Gonzaga, Lovely Joy V. Gonzaga, Philip Danhill M. Goriseta, Amber Dana Don G. Goylos, Irene F. Gilupin, Arturo F. Juliesa Jr., Macaulay T. Inson, J.R.J. Habilio, Gideon O. Honota, Christian Dean M. Humayaw, Anilin G. Labian,
Lito E. Labi,
Jason S. Laurilia, Lee Simon M. Ledesma, Ivan Kin B. Magrare, Florence Mark M. Malunda, Chona Ray J. Mandado, Jan B. Makiling, Ameline Joy P. Marpa, Daryl C. Mendoza, Peter B. Miguel, Daryl John M. Morcilius, Armin B. Morillo, J. Andre M. Noynay, Daniel M. Osida, Daniel Dave V. Olvido, Iñaki Luis B. Ordonez, Chris John K. Pabalate, Emilio R. Palma III, Renz Joseph O. Pilaes, John Frederick E. Piñoso, Janelle Marie G. Perez,
Lorena V. Piadopo,
Jericho J. Pioquinto, Nelson John S. Pons, John Cyril M. Quintab, Lendy E. Robles, Christian Roda, LV A. Rojo, Patrick T. Sagayno, John Michael D. Salazar, Mark Ben P. Salimbot, Noel B. Salve, Earl John F. Sayang, Jether John L. Sim, Reynald Felix T. Solano, Lael Gabriel R. Solidad, Christian G. Sumagpaw, Maria Berna G. Tapia, Val G. Teodoro, Husa A. Tiruel, Ruel B. Tolentino Jr., Edvis John A. Treyes, Carl Jade R. Trinidad,
Sherwin E. Trinidad,
Rollens D. Tumalaytay, Ace V. Vilode, Ray June V. Versosa, Paul Ray S. Vicete, Kenneth M. Villar, Regine A. Vinta, Joseph S. Walawad, Bryle Kent L. Zabala.
Under the Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program, or the ETIAP, Raymond N. Montecastro, Service Engineer, Snyder Electric Singapore Private Limited, Ireneo V. Mogar Jr., IT Specialist, STI, Luis Negros University, Ronald S. Servilla, Building Service Supervisor, Petroleum Development, Umar.
For the non-degree program, graduates for the first 3 years of the prescribed course of the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology curriculum, Automotive Engineering Technology, Earl Christopher F. Yeso, Remart Ayan Zamora. For the Electrical Engineering Technology, Novi C. Fernandez, John Vincent P. Yunke. For the Mechanical Engineering Technology, Evelyn Hanilet B. Benzon. For the Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineering Technology, Elsa M. Jongo. Electronics Engineering Technology, Junray F. Burlan, Mario D. Caberte Jr., John Mark B. Libre, Freda B. Magsukang, Leonardo D. Pitesa Jr., Mark June N. Saura. Automotive Engineering Technology, Nancy M. Bismarck, Jonas M. Duran,
Janelle H. Ilisan,
Kenneth C. Luvino,
Josam J. I. Lumanog,
John Mark G. Nieves, Jake Clifford D. Tayab.
At this juncture, let us all be ears to the words of appreciation of Matthew R. Liboon, the highest honor graduate of batch 2019-2020.
To our TUP President, Dr. Jesus Rodrigo F. Torres. To our Campus Director, Professor Eric A. Maloy. To our guest speaker, Engineer Conrado Artagame. To our loving and ever-supportive parents and guardians. To the brilliant members of the faculty and staff. To my fellow graduates, friends, and to the virtual community watching right now, a pleasant day to each and everyone. This event is pretty much unexpected and untraditional, but I would like to extend our utmost gratitude to the people behind this matter. Thank you for still giving us the opportunity to culminate our academic journey. Also, I would like to thank our frontliners for their unselfish service for the good of humanity. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to express our thanks to the people who made our life in TUPV worthwhile. First of all, to God, for giving us this life and this opportunity to be a reflection of what you have done in our lives. to our school officials and administration for making tough decisions for the good of the TUPV community, to our faculty for their relentless desire for education and guidance in and out of the classroom, to our staff for working behind the scenes, and to our family and friends for supporting us all throughout the way. I would also like to thank the meaningful people in my life. To my parents, for all your efforts since day one, and for setting me up towards the path of my dreams. To this year's ECE 5A, thanks for the memories. From our first day of class to our unexpectedly last exams. College may have come to an abrupt end, but I know that our time together hasn't. To the Balibalista family, for the fellowship inside and outside, sometimes net touch, sometimes lifting, sometimes under the court. Please continue the tradition and love for the sport. And to one special person, thank you for the friendship. Thank you for showing me life in a new light. Thank you for believing in me even on times that I don't believe in myself. Thank you for the wonder. Thank you for the growth. Thank you for showing me the things that really matter. Years ago, we made a decision. Some had the engineering fire in them. Some followed advice from their family and friends. Some threw caution to the wind and went YOLO. Some chose because it's cool, why not? Maybe it was your first step towards your dream. Or maybe it was your bitter pill. That fateful day decided the end goal of our journey. But that day did not decide what happened in between. There's this though. Who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for. Keyword, struggle. No, it's you. Struggles. We had many of them. Exhaustion, burnout, disappointments, breakdowns. What's important is what made us through. Determination, skill, passion, discipline, luck. The 5 keys towards success. We all have different formulas for it. We all have different ways to get through it. We all work for it. Don't let anything take that away from you. However, I would like to emphasize on what I think is the most important thing. Para kanino ka bumabangon? What pushes you through? Who or what are you willing to struggle for? Hope? Excellence? Passion? It may be overlooked sometimes because of its abstract nature. But for most of us, it's our source of strength. Let us take time to appreciate and look back on what made us start in the first place and what pushed us through. It's quite intriguing how this current crisis reflects our life. Months ago, we envisioned ourselves walking down on stage on this very moment. The once-in-a-lifetime event that we all have dreamed of was now impossible. However, all the sacrifices wasn't all for naught. An overused quote. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Things may not go as we planned, as we hoped for. We may have had our mistakes. We may have had our regrets. We should have done things better. But at the end, maybe, the process is the reward. The love for what we do, the learnings that we make, the relationships that we form, the moments that we had. There's this topic that is stumbled upon on YouTube from Tom Scott. Entropy, the steady decline into disorder that's a fundamental part of our universe. It's like our situation now. Entropy will get us all in the end. Mountains, canyons, waterfalls, all of these big and solid structures, but they're all just rocks. Time and tide will wash them away, a long time in the future. This, too, shall pass. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't build things anyway. Just because something is going to break in the end doesn't mean that it can't have an effect that will last into the future. Joy, wonder, laughter, hope, love, the world can be better because of what you built in the past. So until then, try to make sure that things you do will have an effect that will last into the future. They don't have to be big projects. They might just have an audience of one. And even if they don't last, try to make sure that they leave something positive behind. Have a good day, everybody.
Graduation is not just a culmination of the student's academic pursuit, but it also marks their entrance to the real world of work. Now, at this point, let us all listen to Mrs. Inesitas L. Palermo as she expresses her message of acceptance of the graduates to the industry.
I would like to request the graduates to please stand. Now that the duly constituted authorities of this university have confirmed your graduation, you are ready to face the world of work. In behalf of the Philippine industry and in my capacity as the immediate past president of the Metalworking Industries Association of the Philippines, I now accept you as graduates and are now our essential partners for the industrial development of our country. We in the industry are indeed very lucky to have you around to help us build a great nation. From our part, rest assured that we would always stand ready to assist you in every useful way we can. Congratulations and good luck to all of you.
At this point, we shall all listen to the graduates' pledge of loyalty, to be followed by the induction of the graduates to the TUPV Alumni Association, led by the President, Mr. Noel Tan.
Good afternoon, graduates. Your pledge of loyalty. Kindly raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, state your name please, do hereby solemnly pledge and obligate myself to live in a manner befitting the ideal set forth in my education and training, to uphold the traditions and standards of the Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, to work and foster the acquisition and advancement of the technical arts and knowledge, and to uphold the ethical ideals, characteristics of a life service. I further and agree to abide by and hold sacred whatever rights and duties devolve upon me. As an alumnus of TUP Visayas, in keeping this pledge, I gave my solemn promise. So help me God.
To express the university's appreciation to you, our dear graduates of Batch 2020, we have prepared a video tribute to you. So please watch this.
Warmest congratulations to all graduates of school year 2019 2020. Graduation marks the end of your journey here at TUP Visayas. Tomorrow, you will be facing a new chapter of your lives. Here it is, at last. Your most coveted dream has now come into fruition. No more long nights of studying and working on the research project. No more deadlines to beat and long quizzes to take. You can now enjoy the fruit of your labors and venture on learning and discovering new opportunities ahead. It is with tremendous amount of pride and pleasure then that I wish these graduates congratulations. You will now enter a new phase of your life. As you embark upon and progress through your careers, I urge you to persevere and look back on the sacrifices you have patiently endured to achieve your goals. Focus on your dreams and do not let anyone deter you from achieving them. Every day is a challenge. With this, I encourage you to be a lifelong learner. Grasp and absorb new learnings that come your way, but most importantly, serve your country with compassion and integrity. Also, I wish to congratulate and express my special thanks to all the parents for their sacrifices and unending support to their children. Your sons and daughters' accomplishments are your accomplishments too. May you continue to provide guidance and encouragement to your children as they embark on their next journey. Lastly, I would also like to thank and congratulate the TUP Visayas community for their dedication, commitment, and effort they extend to support the academic journey of the students. Again, congratulations and God bless everyone.
First of all, thank you that you have chosen this institution as part of your life. Carry this legacy, being a TUPVian, until you reach your dreams. I know that this will be the first part of your career, and I'm very sure that you can survive all the challenges along. What you have learned here doesn't limit your potentials, but instead, this will be your foundation. Work it on to grow and build your own structure. Your success in your careers are our happiness, and seeing you grow gives us the drive to do our best in molding the next set of successful engineers like you. Explore the world with courage, treat your colleagues with respect, and fill your family with love and humility.
I was struck by the words of wisdom of Yoda, the master swordsman from Star Wars, where he said, "Do or do not, there is no try." A simple, profound quote on what is the prevalent sentiment of your generation stands for. As you step into the real world, always remember the simple words. The power of choice is now more visible for you, since it's either you go through it or not. Life will always be unfair. Life throws everything at you. When you thought that you have it all planned out, it moves the other way. The world that you are stepping into is not the bed of roses you may have read along the way or what was described to you. I am one in praying that the university had equipped you quite well with the tools to deal with the real world. The years of laboring on your subject and passing it had been through. Now is the time to see whether you would be able to live up to what would be asked of you. When you leave the portals of your alma mater, always remember your roots, your family, and the people who had been instrumental to what you have and will become. Learn as much as you can. Never stop learning new things. Make it a habit. The totality of how you will be 5 to 10 years from now starts today. A quote from Zig Ziglar. Your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude. Keep this to heart. Remind yourself always to do your best. Success will never come overnight. It is a journey which we all have to take one step at a time.
For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. This is a passage from Jeremiah 29:11. Today marks the evidence of God's faithfulness in fulfilling His promises. As you are about to commence another chapter of your journey, may you always remember the purpose of your existence, the value of your calling, your family, your relatives, your friends who had supported you, your parents, and all the people behind who had supported you all throughout and will always be proud of your achievements, and also your alma mater who had equipped you to combat future challenges. Prepare yourself to make a difference in your profession and to the lives of those God chose you to serve. In this pandemic, still put God on top of everything and let Him take charge. See God's purpose behind every trial and behind the worst situation. For within every trouble is a blessing in disguise. Within every problem is a lesson of faith. Within every challenge is God's sufficiency and an ending love. Wherever you may go and whatever lies ahead, choose to pursue His calling. For as long as you are doing God's will, you will always find success, happiness, and contentment. Congratulations and God bless.
My warmest congratulations to the graduates of Batch 2020. Graduation Day is an event to remember. This is the moment that marks your victory over long sleepless nights, close to impossible exams, missed vacations, and just ultimately the challenges of being an ECE student. Truly, you can now say that if it's easy, it's not ECE. With the knowledge that TUPV Visayas has taught you, indeed, you will use your skills to succeed in all areas of your new journey and eventually realize your dreams. However, life is full of noise, random, incoherent, and destructive events. And then to this, you will find yourself doing something 180 degrees to what you had planned. Your knowledge and skills will serve as your surge protector. It will keep you grounded until the right lightning strikes. In a rapidly changing world, you will have to be able to adapt to the challenging times and be that catalyst of change. Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge the parents of the graduating class for their selfless contributions and undying support in sending their children to school. Indeed, this reminds me of a quote from Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, even when he is old, he will not depart from it. Once again, congratulations.
Ask me what you want to desert, through the deepest snow. Forward, always forward I go. What a journey it has been. In the end is not in sight, but the stars are out tonight, and they're bound to guide my way. When they're shining on my life, I can see a better day. I won't let the darkness in. What a journey it has been. Forward, always forward. Onward, always up. Catching every drop of hope in my end.
It is both an honor and a privilege to be able to convey my warmest congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. I know that the road that we took was never easy, and even as we're about to graduate, we were challenged once again. But amidst this pandemic, padayon sa gihapon TUPVians. Know that you made a difference, and let us all continue to be the model of excellence. My warmest congratulations once again, and God bless us all.
To the batch 2020, wishing you all the best and successes in your new journey.
Congratulations and God bless you.
What a journey it has been. Open our eyes, yeah, we are alive. Open our hearts, let the love inside. Shining like gold, we can light the sky. Oh, 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 oh. Like shooting stars, we will make our way around the planets in outer space. A feeling that we cannot replace. Oh, 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 oh. Your sun's coming up. Your sun's coming up. Yeah, day by day we can take our time. Don't run away, we don't need to hide. stars, we will make our way around the planets in outer space. A feeling that we cannot replace. Oh, 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 oh. Your sun's coming up. Your sun's coming up. Yeah, day by day we can take our time. Don't run away, we don't need to hide. We see the future inside our minds. Oh, 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 oh. And all this time that we spend away won't make us stronger, it's only fate. And now we're ready for another day. Oh, 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 oh. Your sun's coming up. 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 Open our eyes, yeah, we are alive. Open our hearts, let the love inside. Shining like gold, we can light the sky. Oh, 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 oh. Like shooting stars, we will make our way around the planets in outer space. A feeling that we cannot replace. Oh, 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 oh. Your sun's coming up. Your sun's coming up. Yeah, day by day we can take our time. Don't run away, we don't need to hide.
At this juncture, let us all sing the TUP hymn. Ladies and gentlemen, the exit of callers. On behalf of the university's administrative staff and faculty, we joyfully and warmly congratulate you, our dear graduates, proud parents, and their advisors. We are also grateful that you have attended these 41st commencement exercises of Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas. This has been your host, Michelle Galopez, saying, thank you very much, congratulations, and stay safe.
Thank you for teaching me how to love, showing me what the word means, what I've been dreaming of. And now I know there is nothing that I could not do. Thanks to you for teaching me how to feel, showing me my emotions, letting me know what's real from what is not. What I've got is more than I'd ever hoped for. And a lot of what I've hoped for is thanks to you. No mountain, no valley, no time, no space, no heartache, no heartbreak, no far from grace can stop me from believing that my love will pull me through. Thanks to you. Showing me how to give and how to take. No mistake, we were put here together. And if I break down, forgive me, but it's true that I am aching with the love I feel inside. Thanks to you.